and also a list of maybe foods. Alrighty, so today is the first day of a new diet that we're doing. I'm doing it because I've already done it before and I've seen the benefits of it. Jane's doing it because he wants to lose weight. Now, this Candida diet is not meant for losing weight. It's to fix the yeast overgrowth that you may have, and it's just to kind of heal your gut. So I have issues with Candida overgrowth. I've had them before and I've done this diet and it's helped. I got a bit lazy though, so I stopped doing it for a very long time, and it is kind of like a detox diet in a sense, but it's also not very sustainable long term in a sense. So basically the diet entails low sugar, if any. It's very, very extremely low on the sugar base. You're gluten free and you're avoiding any foods that cause inflammation. There's also avoiding things like starchy vegetables, dairy, anything that's gonna upset your gut. So Candida feeds off sugar, so that's why it's important to really cut back on the sugar, and it doesn't even matter if it's natural sugars because Candida doesn't differ. It'll just feed off anything. So you're not allowed even many fruits during the diet. Towards the later stages of the diet you can have fruits, but at the same time this diet is up to you. It's your diet. You can implement whatever foods you like. There's a list of foods you can eat for sure, and also a list of maybe foods. So when I did the diet, red meat is on the maybe list, but however I was eating red meat and also carrots, and I ate a lot of carrots. A lot of carrots. And kombucha. I also drank a lot of kombucha, which is also on the maybe list. However, the kombucha I drank was also no added sugar. Pretty sure it was even 0 sugar. Basically, what you need to be looking at is non-starchy vegetables like asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, cucumber, like a lot of greens. You're also allowed tomatoes and spinach, zucchini, basically a lot of greens. Also, when it comes to low sugar fruits, you're only really allowed avocado, lime, lemon, and olives. I didn't really eat olives because it's hard to find olives that aren't in vinegar and sugar. You can only have olives that are in water. Non-glutinous grains like buckwheat, quinoa, millet, oat bran, and teff, which I don't know what that is. Healthy proteins, anchovies, chicken, eggs, salmon, turkey, sardines. So these are all good things that are going to keep you full. You're only allowed a small amount of dairy products, so butter, ghee, kefir, and yogurt. But this yogurt has to have live cultures in it. It has to have no added sugars, probiotic, and yeah, no fruits added to it or anything, just plain yogurt. You're allowed nuts that have a low mold threshold, so almonds, coconut, flaxseed, hazelnuts, sunflower seeds. And then, you know, you've got your basic herbs and spices and condiments, which I'm not really going to go into because you're essentially allowed anything you can get your hands on. Some people are a bit iffy. They say apple cider vinegar is okay. Others are like, no. Healthy fats and oils, so coconut oil and olive oil, sesame oil and flax oil. And then you're allowed no sugar sweeteners like stevia, fitterol. I'm not gonna bother saying them, but you're allowed a few. And then you're allowed fermented foods, so sauerkraut, and then some already mentioned, kefir, yogurt, olives. And drinks is chicory coffee, filtered water, and herbal teas. So a lot of the non-starchy vegetables, you have to have the non-starchy because they also have natural sugars that'll feed the Candida. So a major temptation when cutting off sugar in your diet, you'll want to eat these starchy vegetables because they have the natural sugars. So that was why I was eating carrots all the time. And then I found out that that was only on the maybe list and it wasn't actually a vegetable that you're allowed. But it is also important not to be too restrictive on yourself. Like if you're eating carrots and you feel fine, then you do that. Because if you're too restrictive, then you can end up in a state of ketosis, which will just feed the Candida overgrowth even more. For low sugar fruits, You're not really allowed too many fruits at the start of the diet. Three different types of sugars. You have glucose, fructose, and sucrose. So Candida will feed off glucose and sucrose. Fructose, on the other hand, is metabolized a lot slower by Candida, so it doesn't impact as much as the others will. However, eating too much fructose in the long term can lead to problems with insulin resistance, fatty liver disease, etc., etc. So basically, it's not a long-term diet, it's a short little one. Non-glutinous grains. Basically, gluten already is very much like looked at as bad for your gut, potentially. A lot of, there's different opinions, of course, and there's different opinions on the Candida diet itself. I'm following the website that I did the last time because it was beneficial for meat, fish, and eggs. You want the fresh stuff. You don't want any added hormones, any added ingredients or contaminants in fish. Eggs are very, very important. But yeah, don't eat too much red meat either. Dairy products, dairy products are already not so great for your body. Humans aren't really meant to consume dairy. There's only one blood type that is. So probiotic yogurt is really good because basically with Candida overgrowth, you need probiotics and prebiotics. You have a bit of leeway if you're having lactose free and casein, I believe it's pronounced. Yeah, casein free, and it's okay because the lactose is a natural sugar in dairy products, whilst casein is the protein that's responsible for most of your dairy intolerances. So you're better off just cutting out dairy in general. However, when I did my diet, I was eating lactose-free milk and cheese. And then Candida feeds off mold, so nuts that have mold and have a higher mold tolerant threshold, whatever, like peanuts, you gotta stay away from them. Fats and oils, so olive oil is fine and coconut oil. However, oils that are high in omega-6 fatty acids are very pro-inflammatory, so sunflower oil and canola oil are just not very good for you in general, and I've never really used them anyway. Stop squeaking, y'all. And then your natural sweeteners are fine too. Excuse me. And fermented foods are good for you as well. However, you've also got to make sure that they're the right fermented foods. So you also have to stay away from caffeine, alcohol, because these are all, bad for your gut.
Basically, don't eat anything.
And they include gluten in them a lot of the time. However, I was a bit lenient with myself and I allowed myself to have spirits, but of course with no sugar added to them. And so the bottom line is you're not allowed sugar, you're not allowed gluten, you're mostly just eating meat and veggies, a tiny little bit of fruit, and some nuts and some grains. So today's the first day that we're going to be starting the diet. I'm excited to see where it goes, but I'm also a little nervous. So we're going to head to the shops. You can see some shopping, a little bit. But yeah, we've already got some things like almond butter, because you are allowed almond butter. A lot of the sweet things is almond or coconut based. I figured I will do this as like a weekly installment of recipes and stuff like that, just to show you what I'm eating, and we can see it like that. So I'll see you soon. So I think I'm just gonna leave this as a little introductory video to the diet. I'll take you shopping, show you what I get, but otherwise it's gonna be too long for my first installment of what we eat. So I just wanted to give credit though, because all this information that I know I've learnt from the CandidaDiet.com, which is a really easy and amazing website, because they also give you all the recipes for like breakfast, lunch and dinner, drinks that you can have, even desserts and snacks. So it was really helpful for me. I was a bit lazy when I did the diet originally and just wung it a lot of the time. If you have issues with Candida, then I would suggest following this website and this guideline. Of course though, do not do this diet just because you want to lose weight. Like, you need to talk to your doctor about it first, because obviously everyone's diet is different and what they're allowed to eat and what they should be eating. So if you're cutting out things that you need to eat because you're doing this diet, then obviously there's going to be health risks to that. So just make sure you talk to someone first before just diving in and going, yeah, I'm going to lose weight. Alright, easy. Alright, back from the shops. We got some spinach, kale, lettuce, some Swedes, also known as rutabaga, some green apples. You're only allowed those in low amounts at the start. Carrots, onions, some zucchini, cucumber, which is Lebanese cucumber, some avocados, some fresh ginger, and a chalk. Then I also grabbed these chia pod little pudding things, a vanilla bean and a coconut one, and after eating it I realized that it actually has cane sugar in it, so it's not actually allowed. The chia was fine and everything else was fine in it. You know, it's gluten-free, vegan, dairy-free, everything like that, but it's actually not allowed. Then we got some probiotic. I'm gonna try and pronounce that, but it's basically a Swedish milk, which has live cultures and probiotics in it, so that's cool. And then I also got some licorice tea. It didn't say anything on there about licorice tea, but I had it whilst I was on the diet last time, and this is a caffeine-free one. It's a good substitute for sugar cravings. Fresh garlic, some black olives, which is only in water and salt. I got some sardines, which are fine. I also got some ones in olive oil, coconut flour, organic, some tomatoes, shredded coconut, some more licorice tea, but I think from memory last time I didn't like this one. Some organic coconut milk, coconut oil, unsweetened coconut milk, and then we got some quinoa, hemp seeds. Here's the olive oil sardines. And I also just got plain tuna in spring water, and I also got some in olive oil. Tuna's a bit iffy on the diet, but I double checked these and I think it should be okay. You meant to only really have like fresh stuff. And then we got some lamb mince and some beef mince, lean. I don't like supporting beef mince, but the substitute that we had isn't allowed on the diet, so that's lame, but that's also okay. Then we got some goat's cheese, a full cauliflower, some more unsweetened almond milk, lemons, some lactose-free cheese. Now it is lactose-free, it isn't cesium-free as far as I know, so it'll block, but I was eating this on my diet last time and it was okay. And some more of the tuna and some more avocados in a bag. Got this probiotic kefir, which has cultures in it, and then also some 99.85% fat-free yogurt, which is natural yogurt. It has live cultures, it's gluten and gelatin-free. Sure, there's plenty of probiotics in there as well, and I think that is everything. We also got this Nutty Bruce almond butter a little while ago and some extra virgin olive oil. Now I think that's it. Alrighty, so we fucked up. We're not actually allowed this milk. I just got fuck off!
With all that have,
that's bad.
It's got lactose.
You want to
it's
tell
free
him?
From everything else.
You want to tell him?
Yeah, it's free from everything else. Like, there's nothing in it. It's basically just water, but there's lactose in it.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
So yeah, as Jen was saying, there's lactose in it, so you're not allowed it. It is, however, gluten-free, no added sugar, and has live cultures and probiotics, so I got hella excited, but didn't look to see if it was actually lactose-free. So that's not allowed. So don't buy it if you're going on this diet. We have some more bad news. So go away. Tuna is not allowed because of the
what? No! No, I'm having my tuna every fucking like
It's not allowed because of the mercury in it, and that's the same for a couple other fishes and stuff like that. However, when I did the diet last time, I'm almost 100% certain that I ate tuna in all my salads. So I think the biggest thing about the Candida diet is it's really hard because there's nothing that's exact when it comes to each and individual food. Like each website has a different opinion on everything. It's one of those diets that you kind of just have to test the waters, and you have to see what works for you personally. So I'm probably still going to continue eating tuna. But, you know, mercury is pretty bad for you in general, so... So I accidentally forgot to film an outro for this video, but that's it. I only wanted to be introductory because obviously, as you can tell, it went way too long. But I'm going to be uploading another video with what we actually ate, so you can see different foods and stuff as suggestions. But thanks for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed.